things such as looking for the total number of employees, active employees, attrition rates, average age, job role, and total monthly income. And we did a little, just few charts, age band by attrition and sum of count of attrition by gender. All right, so we'll be doing some few things inclusive. Aside from this one we have done, we'll be doing some few things inclusive. All right, so just to start with, I remembered we did some few functions such as the common functions like count, sum, distinct. Those were just a few functions we used. So there could be some instances where we could have some problem statements such that you might be asked like, oh, how many males do we have from this attrition? How many males do we have and how many females? Well, it's easy for us to know number of male, number of female by charts. Is very easy, but we can also go further by calculating the number of male and female by attrition using dash functions too. So to do that, we'll be using a function called calculate, but I may not exploit um, in this data set though. I may not, but maybe in another data set, if we are working with maybe like a sales data where we have to calculate how many sales was made for a particular country, we can implement such um, calculation. So we'll just quickly complete our dashboard, and if we have enough time, we'll still explore some things such as date time intelligence and some other aspects of Power BI. All right, so I'm going to change this now. This is just age band by attrition. So I'll just make it gender age band by attrition. And I remember the other time we used a chart. If you click on this particular chart and check here, you would see that, this place rather, you would see that we use this stacked column chart, right? So this stacked column chart can also accommodate legend. So I can just add gender aside from what we already have. So I will just drag my gender. This is my gender field. I will drag it to my legend. So the moment I do that, I will have gender age band by attrition. So I will just change this color so that it can look better than the way it is currently, because this color and this color is almost similar and it's not making our chart to look good. So we can just come to this place. Then if you go there, you would see, first let us change this legend to white so that we can see the legend very well. So I'm going to change it now to under text. I'll just change it to white here. So we have our white. You can even change the position of the legend. Maybe you want it to be here. You can do that. You see position, top left. You can make it center right if you want. So center right to look like this. So if you want to make it top right, it will look like this. So depends. You can decide to increase the size if you want. Just increase it a little. All right. Then for this, we can change this color. So to achieve that, I would go to columns. So under columns, if you look at columns, right, you will see series female. So the color for female is blue from this legend we have here. So we can change it from blue to maybe another color that will not be too deep like this. We can choose, let's see, yeah, this color is still fine, at least it's still visible, right? Or we can choose another color. I would not want to choose a color that will not blend. This color would not blend, so I would not want to choose it, right? But you can choose it if you want, but I like to use color that blends with my dashboard, so it will not be like a kind of color riot, right? So if I'm maintaining two colors, I'll maintain it all through. And if I'm maintaining one color, I would still like to maintain that color all through. So I'll just choose blue, but probably in a deeper saturation. So I think this is better, at least it's still visible, right? So it's still visible. So we have done, so I'm going to change this title now to gender age band by attrition. So how do I do that? Come back to general, go to title and add your gender there. All right, so we have gender age band by attrition. All right. So now, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to take off this one. I will take off this one. I will take it off. So let me take it off first. So the next thing I want to do is to calculate the job role. Now, if you come to your data view, your table view, you will notice that we have different departments and we also have education field, right? And if you go down a bit, you will see job roles, right? Job role. Now, this job role tells us, okay, for this particular employee, right? He was employed as a laboratory technician and he has a satisfactory rating of 1. So we can calculate the this job satisfactory rating is in categories from 1. I think the highest category is 4, right? You can just check here and see how many categories we have. So if you check here, you would see that we have just 4 categories. So that means each of these employees, they are graded according to a level of satisfactory rating, right? So this one was just giving 1, this other one giving 3, and so on. So we want to check for all the employees, we want to calculate their satisfactory rating, right, based on the job roles. So how many laboratory technicians do we have? And what is the total job roles for one? Let me just explain in a more clearer picture so that we understand what I'm talking about better. So I'm going to share another section of my screen so that we can understand, at least we'll get the concept better. All right, so okay. Now look at based on job roles. Let's say we have one job role called life science, for example. No, not life science. Okay, let me say we have this guy was employed as an HR, let me say HR, something like that. Then we have another one, job role. Let me say laboratory technician. All right. So let's say, for example, this we just have these 2 job roles, right? And we have satisfactory rating in categories from 1 down to 4 satisfactory rating. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have what? 4. So we want to calculate. Now, based on satisfactory rating, we want to know how many employees were graded 1 in this department, in this job role. Okay, if this guy was employed and is working in the marketing department, for example, let me say marketing is a marketer, for example. Now, he has a satisfactory rating of maybe from 2, let's say just 2, right? Now, if there are 50 marketers in total, and we want to check, okay, for these 50 marketers, let's say we have 15 that were graded 1. Let's say we have 20 that were rated 2, and so on and so forth. So the same thing we're going to apply for every of the other job roles. So for each job roles, what is the satisfactory rating for each job roles? Don't forget that we have 1,470 employees, right? Which is grouped into these different rating by their job roles. So we're going to do job roles by job satisfactory rating. Job roles by job satisfactory rating. All right. So let's proceed. All right. So let's proceed now. So I'm going to share my screen for you to see what I want to do. All right. So so let's go back to our visual, our report. So job roles by job satisfactory rating. So how do we do that now? So to achieve that, I will just come here to say, how will I present that? That will be in a kind of matrix, like a kind of tabular form, so I can be able to easily read everything. So I will just create a matrix. Matrix is just similar to table, but there's a difference between the table and the matrix, right? Now, if you click table, let me show you the difference between table and this matrix. Now, if you click table, let me drag this table to this place. Now, tables only just rows and column, right? Just rows, the rows and the column. Now, if you go to this format your visual, no, still in this place, still on this build visual, you will notice that we only have column data field here. So that means I can only drag my field to column. It does not give me the flexibility of being able to drag to rows and also drag into column, inclusive, right? So, but if I click on this matrix, matrix give me the flexibility of having my role, having my columns, and also having my values. So I can have a field for my rows, I can have another field for column, and for each of the columns, I have values, just like what I explained in the other time. Since there are different satisfactory rating, we want to do that. So what I will just do now is to drag. So I'm going to take my job role to my role. Don't forget we have 9 job roles. So these are my job roles, right? I can increase the size. Then I'm going to drag my job satisfaction to column. So it will come out in form of category 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will also drag since we are doing for all the employees, I will take my employee count to value. So that means for each of these job role, we have this count, right? So for healthcare representative, we have the following job role. I mean, the following satisfactory rating and the total. So for based on satisfactory rating 1, we have 26. For 2, we have 19. For 3, we have 43. For 4, we have 43, and this total. So now we have done this. How does this thing help when it comes to analysis? Why is it important? Of course, we can easily track out which particular job role do we have more attrition or more employee. Okay, let me say, since we're not dealing with attrition here, we're just dealing with the total employees. So which particular job role do we have more employees working in that particular job role? So if we check it closely based on this satisfactory rating for, I think the highest here is sales executive, right? So, and sales executive is having a very good rating, 112. So now if this is just the total job satisfactory rating for all the employees, we can even check for attrition. It's just to check for attrition is just to uncheck this employee count and check count of attrition. So if I remove this now and I drag count of attrition to my value, you would see. So you could see. So from here you can check, okay, we have more people from where? From the research scientist, oh no, from the laboratory technician, more. And these guys, they're having good rating though, but but yet they are leaving the company. You understand? So we can now begin to carry out further research. Why? Why are they leaving the company? So this one is just to give us attrition, job role by job satisfaction rating for those who have left the company for attrition. For attrition. So, but I want us to just get the job role by job satisfaction rating for all the employees. So I will just go back and take my, I will remove this for all the employees. I will just take back my employee count to my value. So at the end, I have this. So we can now begin to do some editing here. Increase the size, remove this white color, and anything we want to do. So I'll just come to this place. Then you will see grid. Now, grid is just these lines, right? These lines we are seeing is called grid lines. So our grid line is white, but though the horizontal grid is off. So if I should on it and probably change the color from white to something else, you could see the line. So this line is our grid line, right? So the line has changed. So now that is for grid, and there's a width. That's the size of the grid. So I can increase it if I want, right? So I have I have a thicker width. Now we have the vertical grid, which is this one, this other grid. So I can put it on if I want. Then I can also change the color to, I can give it this color. I have my vertical grid, and probably I can even increase the width to something thicker, right? Okay, now then we have border. So this is the border line. This line you are seeing here is the border line. So you can change the border line if you want to something else. So we have the same line for everything. You can also increase it a bit too. Now the value. Now for the value, I can increase the size of the value. Now the value is telling us that at background white, we have black text. So if I remove this background white to, let me say I put back at this background, or if I don't want background, let me see, there should be an option for me to cancel background, right? Let me just check if there is an option for that else, or I can just still go back to this value, then text color. Let me change this background first. Let me see what will be the effect of the background. So that is for this background, right? So if I don't want this background, what I would just do is just to give it probably the same color as what is already here. So I can do something like this, choose this color, right? Then give it a text color of white if I want. Then for this other color, that is text color is white. Then there's an alternate color, and we also have alternate background color. That is this other white color. So I can give it an alternate background color, maybe this one. You can see everything is now the same, or I can choose something different from that one, maybe something a bit lighter if I want. Okay, then I will change the text color to white. So in total, I have now these other ones, right? The header, and we have the footer, which is the total. So let's go down a bit and see what we can do. So column header. So I can change this column header to text color. I can give it I can remove the background, or I will just give it the same similar background I'm giving others, right? And give it text color white. Okay. Or I can give it a different background if I want. Something like this. All right. Then for this total, if I want my total, I will just, you can also remove your total if you don't want it. So now this is text, then column header. Let's go to row. We have row sum total. So row sum total is this one here, row sum total. So you can check the value, text color, background. I will just say I don't want background, right? So if I want to change the text color, I can give it white. Let me see. Okay. So once I put this on, you can see the total has changed to white. When you are dealing with this kind of chart, there's a whole lot of things you'll be changing, like adjustment and all. So now the grand total, raw grand total, which is all these ones. So I can change this color to white too. Or if I don't want white, I can change it. So background, let me choose a background. Let me give you this background. Nope, nope. Okay, Control Z. All right. So now we've done for role, right? Let's go to total. I mean, column. So column is for this one. So this column here, I'm going to click it. Text color, I can give it white. So that is for everything. So when you are dealing with this kind of metrics, there's a whole lot of things to be changing, adding, changing, adding, and all until you feel you are okay with everything you've done. Okay. So I can give this color the same thing for the grand total. So I'll just come to this grand total and probably give it the color too. So there is no background. So I can choose a background for it. I can choose a background for it. Apply to labels. All right. So you can say I have, and I can also change this column total color too, so that everything will just rhyme together, right? So I'll just go to, um, for column total, we'll just go to background and give it this background
Sorry, I
and
just have
apply. All
what
right.
what's row padding?
What?
What's row padding?
Okay, row padding is just like the space in between each of the rows, right? So let us try that. Like the space. Okay, let me just explain in this term so you would see it, you will understand it better. Okay, so now look at this. Let me just draw something like a table. Okay, now this is a table, right? This is a table. Now, if this is a table and this is another table, you will notice that the space here is much bigger than the space here. So that is called padding. Now, padding are inner spaces, right? They are inner space. If I put 12 here, this is called, this is called padding top. This is padding right. This is padding left. And this is padding bottom. So if I should say my padding should be 10, it means that both the right, top, bottom, left, everything is going to be 10. That's what it means by roll padding, just to add extra spaces. So let me go back and share. I believe you are clear with that, ma.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So let me click this. Okay. All right. So let's check where. Um, okay. So from general, right? Okay, let me check view. Um, where is even that row padding itself? I'm even trying to find it, but is it here?
It's under
Cell
border.
under border.
So
Still trying to find it though.
under
Cell elements.
visuals. So visuals are grid.
Okay. Well, I've not even seen it though, but that's what the roll padding does, just to add extra space. But let's increase the size this our text so that at least it's visible enough. So I'll just come here and go to value, right? Then increase the text a bit. It's like that one is affecting this value. It's supposed to be this role value, not the entire value. So let me go back to um, general. No, it's supposed to still be visual. So under value, let me check value. Okay. So for this value now, this value is for these ones. So let me check for this other one. That's column. Is it column or so? Don't know, but let me increase the size. All right. So okay, so we have this. This is big at least. All right, so let me just leave it like this. So now we have been able to create something like this, right? At least let me just do adjustment and proper adjustment. Okay. Now one of the flexibility of, or should I call it flexibility? I should call it scalability of Power BI is that it's very responsive. Like anything I click now, if I click this one, you can see it will affect these other ones here, right? It will affect it definitely. So this thing is still having a background white. Let me go and see if I can remove it. So let me click this. Still having a white background. Let me check. So general, effects, background, take it to 100. So the background is gone. All right. So that background is out, right? So now if I should click this one now, you will notice that you can see it's no longer showing a white background there because I've removed the background. I've removed the background. So you can still do some other adjustments, but we should not spend too much time on this one, right? So now don't forget to add your title. Don't forget to add your title. It's very important. What's going to be my title? Job role by job satisfactory rating. That will be my title. Job role by job satisfactory rating. So I'll just come here and add my title. On my title, so I'll say job role by job satisfactory rating. So I'll take it to the center and give it a color white and probably increase it a bit. All right. Okay, then extend this a bit. I think this is better. All right. So now we have job role by job satisfactory rating. So let's do educational field by attrition. So we want to check from our table view based on education, right? We want to check attrition by education field. So medical, how many employees do we have that have left the company that studied medical education field? Life sciences, how many are they, right? um, and other ones like that. So this would help us to know what to do as we progress in our analysis. So let me go back to this place. I can put it here or here, whichever. So now I'm going to put it maybe here or here, depends. But I'm going to use a different, there's a difference between a column chart and a bar chart. So I'm going to use a bar chart for one of them, a bar chart. So for the bar chart, I'm going to say education field by attrition. So I will just create a bar chart. This is a bar chart. A bar chart is the horizontal um, bars, while column chart is the one that is vertical, facing up. So I'm going to create a bar chart. Then I will just drag my this is going to be facing like this. That's educational field by attrition. Educational field by attrition. That's count of attrition, right? Count of attrition. All right. So you could see we have something like this now. Educational field by count of attrition. So we can let me see if I should format painter here, if it would affect this. I'll just click on this format painter, then touch this. All right. So you can see we have been able to create educational field by um, attrition. So I will change this name. I will change this name. So what I will just do is just to come here, go to my general title, change the name to education. No, attrition. That'll be attrition. Is it attrition? No, that should be educational field by attrition. Educational field educational field, or is it field by attrition? All right. So let me go back to this place and see if I'm right. Okay, education field, not educational field. It's supposed to be education field by attrition. So come back to this place, general education field by attrition. All right. So we have education field by attrition, which is fine. All right. So now we want to do um, for each of these. What we did here was just to give us 31 to 40, below 30, 41 to 50, and 51 to 60. We want to now separate them individually. So we're going to have 31 to 40 separate, below 30 separate, 41 to 50 separate, and 51 to 60 separate. Yeah. Then we've done our last chart. So what do we do here now? So for this, our last chart, I'm going to split it. It's very simple. So I can use a pie chart. No, I would prefer to use a donut chart. But most analysts don't like using pie chart, donut chart. We prefer to use a bar chart. I prefer using a bar chart than using a pie chart or a donut chart. Because if you're using a pie chart, you need to understand that most times you are trying to calculate percentage, right? Like a kind of ratio pie chart. But we're not doing ratio here. And if I'm using a donut chart, it's just similar to pie charts, but it's a bit different. But I would have preferred to use a normal column chart for each. But let me just use donut chart. So how do I use donut chart now? As much as a category is not more than, you can still go with pie or donut chart. So I'm going to split this now, 31 to 40. It's supposed to be below 30 sometimes ago that we should rearrange this thing. 30 should come first. Below 30, let me do for below 30. Okay, so for my column chart, Of course, I have by attrition, right? Gender age wise. So I will just drag my gender to my legend, my gender to legend. So this is okay. I supposed to use a do not chat, not bar. So let me just change to do not chat details. So it's going to be details. Drag it to legend if possibly. Then okay. I want to do my attrition count. That's count of attrition. This count of attrition value. So what I'm doing now is um gender, but it's supposed to be gender age band, right? It puts um filter by age band. So how? So I will just drag this where is it age band? Where is age band? And drag it to filter. Okay. So once you how did I do? I dragged my age class. Please take note of this. I drag my age class to what? To my filter, right? So if I click on this select all, so this is what I'm going to have. That's for everything. If I click on 31, like click only 30. So for below 30, you can see this is for below 30. I will still increase the size of the text so you can see it better. This is for below 30. If I want 31 to 40, I'll just click on 31 to 40, right? So I have my 31 to 40 here. So that's how I'm going to do everything. I want to know if there's any question to ask before I proceed.
I have a question. When I click on the age class, the changes I'm seeing is based on the gender age band. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay. Can you share your screen if possible?
I'm using two screens, so
Okay. Okay. So you said the changes you are seeing is by what?
so the changes I'm seeing instead of it to be reflecting on the donor chart, is reflecting on the top chart, the gender
Okay.
age. So maybe
Okay. So where did you drag your gender? Your gender, what am I even saying? Your age band, age class. Did you drag it to filter, this filter
yeah,
here?
yes.
Okay. Over again. Let me remove everything. Then start it over. You can also follow also. Now look at the first one is to create a donut chart, right? So this is the donut chart. Then for my donut chart, I want to create gender age band by attrition for below 30. So what I will do is for my legend, right? I will drag my gender to legend. Where's my gender? Drag it to legend. So I have it here. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to for value. That will be count of attrition. Count of attrition for value. So I have this for value. Then the next thing I'm going to do now um is to drag my, we're doing for below 30, right? So I will just drag my what's it called? My age class. I will just drag this age class to, you will see filter on this visual, add data field here, filter on this page. So if I wanted to this, so if I drop this, now just take note, if I drop this now here and I select only 31 to 40, now you can see it's affecting everything, right? It's affecting it. I think that was
That's
what you
what.
did.
Yeah.
That was what you did, right? So that was the challenge. So what I will just do is to just remove it. But you just drag your H class, where is it? H class to this place. right? Just drag it here, drop it here, and click on 31 to below 30. So it's affecting only this one, only this one. So I want to ask if there's any question before I proceed. Okay, should I believe that is clear enough? All right. So now let's now do some changes and all. Once we do for one, we don't need to do for others. Just the same process. I'll just come here and for legend, let me increase the size first. So what I will just do um is to do some adjustment, a whole lot of adjustments here. So what I'll do first is to remove this white color. That's effects, right? Effect, I'll just take the effect off, then change my text to my values. That's visual, no, still on general. This is supposed to be legend, right? I think legend should be here. Yes, legend is here, visual. So for my legend, I'll just make it white. Okay, that's fine. Then I also want to make this text here, this text that is here, I want to make it, that's the slicer. I can change the slicer. Before I change the text, let me change the slicer. So to change this slicer now, it's always good to choose color that rhymes, right? So I'm going to choose the same color as what is here. So I'll just change this one to this deep color here. So I'll come here and choose a deeper color. So we have this, right? I think this one is still the same color with this, or let me check. No, I think we are right with the other color. All right. So now for this text now, this number rather. So it's just to give us our um what was it called? So let me go back. So that's supposed to be our it's supposed to be, I think, value or so. Yeah, value. So data labels value, data labels value. So change this color to white. So we have our white here. So for this place, I will just change the title to something like title below. I'll just say below 30. Below 30, then take it to the center, then give it a white background, then reduce it a bit. All right. Now, if you notice that, you will notice that there is this dot 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 dot. Well, it's not always good to just put your value in that form. You can rotate this in such a way that the value will be showing very well. So what I will just do is I can, I can even change where this position of this thing is, maybe to the top, so that this thing will have enough space since we are still doing formal. So I'll change the direction of the legend. So I'll just come here and say, for my legend, let me go to legend first. For my legend, I will change um, the direction, position. So I can take it to the top right. No, I can say top right or center right. It depends. I can just say top right. All right. So let me take it to the left. I can say top left. So this will have enough space. You can see there's enough space now, right? So then what again? Or I can even change it to where? to depends. So let me just put it the way it was before. Top left, top right stacked. Nope, that's not okay. Um, well, even if I not put, if I remove the legend, right, we're going to have enough space. Of course, we know that this is for male. How do we know that this is for male and this is for female? We can use this, depends, but it's not always ideal we use that. It's not always the best we use that. So there is a way I can also make this, like even without putting the legend too, there's something I can still do that can still tell us, okay, this is for the male and this is for the what? For the female, right? At the top, we can do that, but it's always good to put legend most times. But for that, let me remove the legend for this one. So I've done for below 30. So I'll just copy this, paste this. Let me give this a border. I'll come here, create a border. Um, I'm still trying to find a border for that, but let me see. Slicer, I'm not saying border. Okay, now let me explain this radius. Now this spacing, there is this thing, right? You can reduce it if you want. Just drag it a bit. You can see the way it is, right? So you can increase or you can reduce. Depends. So that's for that. So let me see if I can give this my effect a border effect. Let me see. Under effect, I should be able to give it a visual border, or I can give it a shadow. Depends. So I can give it a border or a shadow. So let me just give it a border. All right. Something like this. Something like this is fine. Still okay. Or I can give it a shadow instead of a border. Um, Shadow instead of a border. Just look for like an ash color. Um, but the shadow is too much. So let me remove the shadow. Let me just give it border instead. I think border is better. All right. So let me change the color of this border to ash. All right. So I can copy this and paste, remove this one. Okay. Then I'll just go and change this, from this place, right? I'll just come here and say, under each class, I will, I will click on 31 to 40. Oops, no, oops, that's an error. Sorry for that. So, creating dashboard is it takes time a bit, but once you get it, that's it. So below 30, so let me just um change this. So let me click on this one, then go to age below 30, change it to 31 to 40, right? Then copy and paste, change this one to 41 to 50, then copy and paste, change this to 51 to 60. All right. So I can reduce the size of this a bit, the size of this a bit, the size of this a bit, the size of this. All right. So I just want to know if we are following. Now, if you look at this 39.56, we can decide to make it to be just be one decimal place, right? So how do we change this to just one decimal place? It's possible. So let me just show how to do that. Then so you go to, I think, the label details label, then go to value. Under value, you will see display units. That's for this display unit is to tell us whether I want to make it in thousands or whatever. Then you see value decimal. You can make it one decimal place if you want. That one is for the value itself. So if what we are trying to do is for the percentage, not for the value. So percentage decimal, I can make it one decimal place. Yes, one decimal place, or I can make it no decimal place. So just give me the exact value without any decimal place. So it depends on what we are doing. That's for this one, right? All right. So that is no decimal place. Okay. So now we've been able to do this our below 30. Let's change this one to 31 to 40. I will just come here and say um title 31 to 40. Then this one I would say 41 to 50, and here I would say 51 to 60. Then for this last one, I can add my legend if I want. Then I'll just come here and say legend on. Then I will change the direction of my legend to the top. All right. Or anyhow, let me see if I make it bottom center. Anyone is okay. Okay, so now, so this is fine, right? So we have our dashboard created. So we need to give this a kind of text, tell us gender age band by attrition. So what do we do? How do we add the text now? I'll just come to insert. To add the text, I'll go to insert. Then you click a text box here. Then just add whatever you want to add. So I'm going to add the text now. Say, I would say gender age band by attrition. Then I would increase the size. I can bold it if I want. I can also remove the color effects. So I'll just remove the background, change the color to from the title. Okay. So I can change this color to white color. So let me change this color to white. So I'll just click here and choose white. All right. So I have gender age band by attrition. So I'll drag this here. Let me reduce the size. to 12 or to 14. All right. All right. So we have gender age band by attrition. So we've been able to create this. We've been able to create this. So I want to get feedback from you before I create the last one and we close this dashboard. Okay, let me know. Was there at any point you missed out? Was there at any point you missed out? Bisola, was there at any point you missed out?
I think I'm all done. The only thing is I'm trying to figure out how to put the borders.
The what?
The border
Okay, but is it border for what? Is it for the
to separate.
donut chart?
Yes, to separate the donut charts. Like I
Okay,
have donut chart. I just have to. I
the
guess.
border.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Messi? Was there any place you miss out?
No, I'm fine.
All right. What about Mr. Paul? Was there any place you missed out?
No, sir.
All right. Okay, then Adeleko, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Was there any place you missed out, Ma?
Hey, sir. Sorry, I'm using my wife's account, so no,
Okay.
fine.
All right, sir. So let me let's fix. Okay, now Bisola, you said you trying to put the border, right? So let's do that. So just click that one you want to insert your border. Just go to format of visual, then go to general, then go to effects. Click on effects, then you will see visual border. Turn it on and add your color. So now, what do you think we can put here? Like for this last one, what do you think we can create? Like what do you think we can add up? Our dashboard is now looking dashy. So what do you think we can put for this last one? So looking at this our table view, what do you think we can include in our table view? I want feedback from us. Okay. So what do you think we can put at like that last one? Okay, let me ask Messi. Can you tell us what we can put that last um that this space we have here? There should be something we can add. It's like Messi is not saying anything. Okay, what about Bisola?
No, I'm not sure. It depends on what you're trying to achieve.
All right. So okay, I don't know if we checked the from the place we got our data set, right? If you read the about data set there, there are some instructions there, right? We can follow. Some of some of those instructions are vital to help our analysis, right? So we can decide to calculate the total working hours, depends, for it could be based on age band, or it could be based on job roles, depends. So we can do that. That one is not is not something difficult. Based on job role, let us calculate the total working hours by job role. So there's a table here that tells us, let's see, total working hour. Total. Okay, there's no working hour there. Let's check. Oh, we have standard. No, this one is not it. Let's see. Is it working hour or total working hour? Let me even is it working hour? Working life balance? Nope, there is no working hour. So I was thinking we would calculate probably total working hour by job role, or we can even calculate, depends, we can even calculate um total monthly income by job role. So we can check, okay, fine, total monthly income for laboratory technician, total monthly income for healthcare representative, total monthly income for research scientist. So that's what we can even calculate as well. That's one thing we can calculate. Now, we can also check marital status, right? Of course, it can be a factor. It can be a factor, right? Of if if it we can even check based on which of the category of this marital status do we have more attrition? Is it from those who are married, those who are divorced, or those who are single? We can even calculate these too. We can also check total working, monthly rates by job roles or monthly income by job roles. But I think this marital status, attrition by marital status or marital status by attrition is still a valid thing we can calculate. So we can check how many married people do we have that have left the company, those who are divorced who have left, and those who are single that have left the company. So those are some of the things we can still check out for. So anything you can check, but let us just do that. So how do we get how do we achieve that marital status, like attrition, marital status by attrition? How do we achieve that? So to achieve that, I will just let's go to marital status. Marital status okay, this is it. So I can use a column chart to do that, or I can even use a bar chart, right? I can use a bar chart. So if I use a bar chart and I take my marital status to my y-axis, and I take my attrition count, that's count of attrition to x-axis. So I have this, right? I have this. Then we can even make it by gender too. We can also add by gender. So I can just come here and say gender, take gender to legend. So we have this. We have this. So let me just click on this one, go to home, format painter, and touch this one. All right. So we have created marital status by gender. This is going to be gender, marital status wise gender by attrition. All right. So let me just drag this up a bit. Then change the name, the title. Go to the title. So what title can we give this? What title can we give this? Can somebody just think of a title we can give this?
Marital status by gender.
Marital status by gender. But what about the attrition?
Attrition by marital status and gender.
Attrition by marital status. Okay.
And gender.
Okay, attrition by marital status, gender.
Okay.
It does not.
And
Or
gender.
gender. Okay, by gender.
Yeah. Attrition by marital status.
Attrition,
Gender.
attrition by marital status by gender. We're having to by.
And gender. And gender.
Okay, and gender. Attrition by marital status and gender. And gender. It doesn't really go, doesn't really flow like that. Okay, what if we say something like um gender-wise marital status by attrition? What about that? Gender-wise marital status by attrition. Does that one flow? Gender-wise marital status by attrition. Let's see if it flows. So let me go back to gender-wise marital marital status by attrition. All right, so let's see gender-wise marital status by attrition. I think this is a bit better, something like that. So let's see this our dashboard. So you can see how beautiful our dashboard is, right? So now we can add icons in this our dashboard. You might have come across some dashboards, right? Where there are icons, fine icons that represent what we are actually doing. So I'm going to show you where to get icons. I will just add maybe a few of them, not all, just maybe like few icons in our dashboard. So after we have added just few icons, then I will show you how to do that. So let me just, there's a platform you can get icons. There's a platform. So I'm going to show you the platform now. So let me share my browser. Just a moment, please. All right. So okay. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So just go online, type flat icon, click on it, flat icon. Now, flat icon is a website where you can get any kind of icon you want, any. So for example, I want to get icon on employee. I can just type employee and it will give me icon, right? So you will see now it will bring out an icon for employee. So always choose an icon that goes alongside with the color of your dashboard. If I choose a black icon, does it fit my dashboard? My dashboard is having a blue this thing, so it does not fit well. But what if I choose this kind of icon, or I choose, depends. In Excel, it is easy for us to change the saturation of our icon, to change it from black to white. So I can choose any of these icons. Maybe depends. Maybe this one or this one. If I want color icon, I can choose color icon. So if I'm to choose this one, I'll just click on download. Download as portable. Is it portable network graphics? Yeah, I think so. So just click on PNG. So once you click on PNG, then you click on free download. So just click on free download and your download, and it will be set. Shouldn't take long. Okay, so we have gotten that our icon, right? So I'm going to check for attrition. Type attrition and press enter. So it will give us icon for attrition. So I can choose maybe this one. I can choose this one. It doesn't look like someone that is going out. Or I can just choose any one. Maybe this one depends, right? So I can choose this one. If maybe this one, I can choose this one, PNG. Then I can type worker for active employee. So worker for active employee. So I can download this one if I want. I think I already have something like this, but let me just download it. PNG, free download. Then maybe I can get like 2 or 3 more icons. Then I stop. Job role. I can just say job role. So job role. I want to put icon for those cards. So job role. I can just click on this one or this one, or depends, maybe this one. Let me choose this one, PNG. All right. So I'm going to choose for income. That's money, right? Income is money. That's monthly income. So I can choose this one for monthly income. Depends, or this one. So whichever, I can just choose this one, PNG. So which other one again? I can choose, I can look for age. Age. So just type age. You will see an icon related to age, right? So this is age. So I can click on this one, or depends. Um, Let me click on this one, or I can click on this one. So it depends on what you want to do. Anyone. Let me click on, I don't know. Let me click on this one. Then the last icon I would download is the attrition rate. So I can just type attrition rate here. I will still get an icon for attrition rate. Okay, there's no icon for attrition rate. Let me just type rate. All right. So for rates, I have this, right? So I can download this one. Depends. I can download this one. So I've gotten all my icons for my cards. So I will stop downloading. So back to my Power BI. So back to my Power BI, how do I insert those icons to this place, right? It's very simple. So to insert icon, just go to insert, click on insert. Then you will see a place, image. Just click on image. So once you click on image, there's going to be a pop-up. Then you can go and check, look for the place where you have those icons downloaded. So I think for the first one is employee, that should be staff, right? So once you click on it, this is the icon. So the icon has appeared. So I'm going to reduce the size of the icon to fit in well. So this is my employee. Now I want attrition and this other ones, the same thing, right? So for my attrition, I have this. Then add another image again. I want to just add all the images so that I can just pick them and add them once. Salary. All right. So for salary, I will take salary to monthly income. For this age, that's age average age, right? Then for this one, that should be attrition rates. Then this one should be job roles. Then this one should fall here. All right. So you could see the way we added our icons, right? So this is how to add icons to your dashboard. This is just it. So we have been able to create this dashboard. So this is our dashboard, HR employee attrition dashboard. So that's that. So now, so this is a project we have done, right? You can publish this project. You can publish it, add it to your LinkedIn, publish it to your LinkedIn. If you have a GitHub account, you can publish it there, or you can even write story about it, right? As we progress in Power BI, there are other things we still need to learn, such as writing a concrete report for your analysis, recommendation and conclusion of your analysis too.
All right, wonderful.
So, yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you so much. Before you continue, that's actually the what's it called? The project for Power BI. You know what project for each of those software or packages we'll be looking at, right? So
Yes, sir.
before the final certification will be done, we'll need to have like feedback from all the participants on um different projects, right? So I was thinking if, or in my own headspace, telling them to drop another data set and then start doing the whole of the visualization and reports all over might take their time. They are quite busy, right? So I just want to suggest, not even a suggestion, this is what we'll be doing. All the participants are to do a simple write-up on this particular one. It's not a screenshot. They will have to do it. Maybe publish it on GitHub, where they will now send the link to us, and then we assess it, and then they have like some narrations underneath. So what we are just doing is what you would do in your normal organization. So I'm speaking to everyone now. You will not just go to your manager and then, oh, this is my dashboard. Do whatever you want to do with it. No, we still need to give like the reports. So we are expecting like a 2-page report from everybody. And the report is not to talk about 50% said, 60% said. You know, when we started the class, I said, for me, the goal of data analytics is, so I'm coming. The goal of data analytics is insights. So you must be able to provide insights. You must be able to give insights before we can say, yes, this guy, this person in particular is what is a data analyst. Okay, so you can go for it.
Sorry, two things. The first one is it possible to get an example of the kind of report you're asking? And then, yeah, okay. I think that's secondly, like I've been working on this Power BI, following along all along. But for some reason, I can't find it again. So, but I'll try to
Maybe you
get
didn't
it out.
save it the last time we worked on it. Too.
Okay. All right.
Maybe even save it. Okay, so we won't give a template for the reports. It has to be as dynamic as possible. So what you are trying to give is let me cite an instance from here. So you can just talk about just pick two variables and draw an insight from there. So you are looking at the age band and the attrition. So if, for instance, you have younger people who are actually leaving the organization, more like people within the age bracket of, let's say, 25 to 35. So you should know there is a problem. It simply means these guys have their skills needed somewhere else, or maybe you just look for one or two characteristics that has to do with young people, then you link it to that. That's how we draw insight. Or if you look at the pay range, that's what they are receiving as remuneration vis-a-vis the attrition. If people getting higher pay rates are not living as people who are getting lower rates, then you know the insight from there already. It's just very direct. So when you want to draw up your reports, you can just make it thematic. You know, in our what is our PhD MSc work, one of the qualitative analysis is thematic analysis, where you pick different things that has to do with that your research work, and then you present your analysis based on those different themes, right? So in this case, now one of the theme is something like job role and satisfaction rating, or educational qualification and attrition. So you just pick it theme by theme like that, and then you give simple insights or explanation under each of those themes. So that will work. And again, you since you have this data set, that's the second question. You can't really get this particular what's it called now, Power BI again. Maybe you started the report, but you can't get it again. Then you can just start all over. If that's the case, you have the wireframe that has been sent to WhatsApp and Telegram. You have the wireframe, you have the data sets, right? So you can just easily get data sets. It's because we are doing step-by-step training. If not, this shouldn't take me up to, this shouldn't take me, yes, up to, let's say, 1 hour, 30 minutes. I wanted to say or anyone before, but don't let me generalize it. So on the average, this shouldn't take, let's say, 2, 3 hours. Even if someone is not really getting it up initial, this shouldn't still take 2, 3 hours. So you can just start from the scratch again and then give it your best shot. So build it. You have to publish it. If you don't have Microsoft account, just publish it on GitHub, and then you send the link to us as an attachment or as an appendix to that report, and then that will fly for Power BI. So, sorry, Wanda, you can just continue.
Sorry, what
Oh,
if
you
we
want to
don't
say
have?
something? Okay.
Yeah, what if we don't have GitHub account? Do we have to create one? Or?
Yeah, you need to create one, and we actually saying that so as to encourage you. If, for instance, someone is going for a data analyst role, or yeah, job interview, one of the ways I can sell myself is to just send the link, or I can even attach that link to my CV and tell them view my project here, or as part of the cover letter in the email. Just view my project. So anyone can just go there and then they will view it. So we also, many of our participants sometimes they don't have that account. So we want them to just create that culture. So even if you don't have that GitHub account, please, I'm pleading with everyone, just try to open it for the purpose of this Power BI and the other packages we'll be doing.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. To create GitHub is not difficult. Just go online and type github.com. But there's a way you can create repository. I don't know if any of us knows how to create repository from your GitHub. It's not difficult. Let me just open one of my GitHub accounts or my current GitHub account so that I'll just show you how to create a repository and upload your work on GitHub. Then you send the link. So I'll do that now. So let me just go to GitHub. Okay. All right. So this is an account, right? So these are repositories. So for Excel, you can upload. Now, how do you upload? I'll need to log into this account. So let me log into to an account. If you don't know if you don't have an account, rather, you can just create one. Just click on create an account. It's very simple. So I can let me try to log into this account. I don't know. Let me see if this one would log in. This one will be asking me for username and I mean for Gmail. Let me try another account. Let me go back. Let me try another account. Or let's just create one quickly. So create a new account. It won't take time. So I'll just enter your mail. Let me just see Wonder. So enter your password. Okay. So username, I can call it, I can just say, just give it a very good name. I can say Wonder. Yeah. Anything. Just you can say Wonder the data analyst, anything. Wonder, let me say Wonder the analyst. Okay. So Wonder the analyst. Don't forget this username. Ensure you have it. So continue, verify your account. Let's see. So verify your account. So let's see. Please solve this puzzle. Let's see. So just arrange this. Okay. So we are set. So now there's a code. So let me just quickly log into, let me just check my Gmail to provide that code. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Sorry, please. Just give me like 1 minute. Let me quickly check my mail to access the account. All right, so so I'm going to paste the number here, then just all right. So this is it. No, this is not why this is not supposed to take me to this place. Okay, well let me just log in. Let me sign in. So sign in with Wonder the analyst. Okay. This is taking me back. Just a moment. I don't know. It's taking me back to, well, let me just do it from here, Sha. So now, let's say you are done with creating your account, right? How do you create a repository? A repository is just like you have a project, you've done the project, you finished the project, you want to push it to your GitHub. You need to create a repository just like a container, like a kind of folder that houses your file. So I can just come here, click here, you will see create new repository. So just click on create new repository. So once you click on it, then you can enter the name. So I want to create a repository called, I can say Power BI. Power BI. I'll make it public so that when I share this link, anybody can have access to it. So just create repository, then upload. You can upload an existing file. So what do? If you want to upload upload your PowerPoint, Power BI file, and also upload pictures of that dashboard you have created, and possibly picture of the report analysis as well. So that's what you just need to do. So how do you upload? Just click on upload an existing file. So what I will do now is to drag this my dashboard. I've saved it. So I will just go to where it is and just drag and drop. So trying to locate it, but let me see. Power BI. Okay, let me just save it where I can easily access it. Okay. Okay, so back to where? Okay, back to this place. So I will just choose your file, just choose a file, then locate where the file is. So this is my Power BI file, the one I just did now, right? So I can also upload picture too of that file so that somebody can easily just click on it and just see the picture of my dashboard and each of my reports. So to upload picture, I'll just click on choose your file tool and locate the picture. Oops, sorry, just a moment. Trying to, okay, HRO, all right. HRO, where is it? HRO, um, okay. So this is a picture now. So I've uploaded a picture. So just click on commit changes, commit changes. So at the end of the day, so you have your file uploaded. Now, if somebody say, okay, please share me your GitHub link of maybe your Power BI project. So how do you get it? Just come to this place where you have code, right? Click on the code. Then you will see a link here. Now, this one is to, this link actually is to clone. Somebody can clone your project, right? Somebody can clone your project, or you can just copy this URL for the person up. This URL can just copy it. So once I copy it and I paste it in our chat, our current chat, you can click on it. It will take you directly to um, so the GitHub now, somebody can access your project. So just click, you can click that link I just sent to the chat now. So once you click on it, it will take you directly to my project, right? Directly to take you to my project, what I just uploaded now. So this is the link. Let me paste the link. So it will take you directly to my project. So I can view this project. I'll click on this picture. You can see. So somebody can easily see this, your work in picture too for this particular dashboard. Somebody can also download this Power BI file. Click on this and you may not be able to view it. It may not open. I don't think it will open. But let me check. So you can only download it. So it's already downloaded. This is it. You can only download it. So this is how to upload your work to GitHub. GitHub is a version control where you can upload your work, your project. People can have access to it, and you can share your project too with your team members as well. You can also go to LinkedIn, write a good report for this for what you just did, publish it. Go to Medium. Medium is also a platform you can also publish your work as well, and you get noticed by people. So that's just a little about GitHub and all. It's free. GitHub and everything you need to know about it. I don't want to go to the coding aspect, so let's just do the simple uploading project and all here. All right, so I believe we are cleared, right? Do we understand?
I just have a question. So
Yes,
the report that we're supposed to write, are we supposed to put that on GitHub as well, or that'll be
sure.
okay?
You put it on GitHub too, everything. So you upload everything. You know, your report will be like this or Power BI, right? You can create, okay, let me just stop sharing. Then let me share again. Um, okay. Now for this Power BI, right? Now there are different pages you can create. You can create on that page. On that page, you can rename it. I can just rename this page. I can call it attrition by age band reports. I can just say attrition by age band reports, right? So attrition by age band reports. Now for this place, this place can be only focused on attrition by age band. So this chart that I have here, where is it? This chart, attrition by age band, right? Gender age band by attrition. I can still have it in this my other page. Then I will just write just like just some lines like, okay, based on this that, okay, from my statistics, this is what I have from this analysis. Write it then, so that anybody that goes to that page, okay, this is what this person is trying to communicate. Is trying to communicate here. You understand? So there is a way you can even connect all your pages together. Maybe if we have time for that, we'll just touch it later. There's a way you can connect this page, this your dashboard page, to every other page using a button. So once somebody clicks on, oh, I want to go to this gender age band by attrition report page. So once the person clicks on it, it takes the person directly to that page. So from that page, the person can navigate back to the main dashboard page. So everything is connected together. So that was just about a report. So when you upload this your work to GitHub, you're uploading the entire work, right? And you can also get some screenshots for each of the report pages and what you are trying to explain in those pages there. So that's how to carry out quick analysis on anything you are given. I don't know if I'm clear, ma.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So I don't know if Mr. Ido would like to say anything, sir.